And tonight's cover story, inside the Anne Frank house. Today's the 86th anniversary of the day Nazis and Dutch police raided Anne Frank's home, arresting all 8 people hiding there. Powerful exhibit at the Griffin Museum of Science and Industry shows a secret hiding place exactly as it was when Anne Frank lived there for 2 years, as she wrote her famous diary. We want to caution you that some of the images you will see will be disturbing. But as WGN's Mike Lowe reports, remembering the horror of the Holocaust is the point of the exhibit.
Inside the Griffin Museum of Science and Industry, ideas ignite and inventions illuminate, immersing visitors in a central mission.
Our core value here is to inspire the creative genius in everyone. That's our core mission.
But today, the largest science museum in the Western Hemisphere pivots from the future to the past.
So we're standing at the end of the Anne Frank the exhibition here at the Griffin Museum of Science and Industry.
Head curator Vula Saradakis calls Anne Frank's story an enduring inspiration. Her diary stands as the definitive first-hand chronicle of Jewish survival during World War II.
Anne Frank embodies those qualities, and she was a very curious young girl just trying to make her way through life, and she really poured her heart and soul into this diary to tell us what her life was like.
Anne Frank the exhibition reveals a full-scale, furnished replica of the secret annex. 130 original artifacts transported from Amsterdam anchor the space.
And it's the first of its kind exhibition where you can see the secret annex, full recreation of the secret annex furnished, and learn more about Anne Frank, her family, and her life.
Frank endured 761 days in isolation, pouring her hopes and terrors into a notebook she named Kitty.
To see just how they lived and how they had to live so that they wouldn't be discovered, and the cramped conditions, and yet, you learn through Anne Frank's diary what life was like.
The claustrophobic conditions drove her to record every detail inside the rooms, yet the exhibition forces visitors to confront the horror unfolding outside of those walls.
My one girlfriend was crying through it. She was, it's a hard thing to see, but we need to see this history.
In 1933, mass unemployment and inflation choked Germany.
Germany had now come completely under the power of a mad modern-day Svengali.
Adolf Hitler seized power. He promised greatness, then scapegoated political opponents and the Jewish people.
The story of Hitler and the Nazism and stuff is just, you can't even think about, that things really happen in this world like that.
Nazis swallowed Europe. By 1941, Amsterdam required Jews to sew the Star of David onto their chests. Soldiers herded them into ghettos, then packed them into trains.
This is what happens to Margot Frank. There was always an intention to go into hiding, but what really ramped it up on the timeline is when Margot gets called up to be one of these groups of Jews to be rounded up, taken to these labor camps.
To escape the roundup, Anne, her parents, her sister, and 4 others vanished behind a movable bookcase.
It's a very powerful moment when you walk into this fully recreated secret annex. It's fully furnished and it's created to the exact same detail as it originally existed at the time of the 8 occupants there who were living in there for a little more than 2 years.
You go into different rooms, you feel like you're actually hiding inside that room with her.
Standing inside these recreated walls shrinks the unimaginable scale of the Holocaust down to a single human perspective.
How did they fit multiple rooms in that one small space? Because they had the bathroom, they had the kitchen, they had the 3 bedrooms.
This 9-year-old looks at Anne Frank's bedroom and sees herself.
It was very informative for me.
The annex sat directly above Otto Frank's spice factory. 6 trusted employees guarded the secret and smuggled rations upstairs for 2 years. History calls them the helpers.
In some ways, do you hope that this exhibit inspires people to become like the helpers?
It is a very inspirational story people putting their lives on the line to help these people survive the war.
I raised 5 kids, and I always would tell them, you need to be the person when you see somebody being hurt, when you see wrong going on, you need to be the person who speaks up. And that's not always a comfortable place to be, but I find I can't live with myself if I don't.
On August 4th, 1944, Nazi and Dutch police raided the building and dragged all 8 occupants away. Anne penned her final diary entry just 3 days earlier. Typhus claimed Anne at the Bergen-Belsen death camp weeks before liberation. She barely turned 15. Her diary was saved and protected by one of the helpers, Miep Geiss. Only Anne's father, Otto, survived. He returned to the empty rooms, collected her notebooks, and shared her words with the world. Today, those words span 70 languages and 30 million copies.
What does her legacy mean today?
I see her as a beacon of light.
The Griffin Museum celebrates the clinical nature of science. Yet surrounded by heavy machinery, a child's words command the room.
It's so amazing that the voice of a 13-year-old girl who died so young is still having an impact today.
The Nazis took almost everything. They stole a little girl's breath. They buried her future. But they missed her notebook. And more than 8 decades later, those words overshadow an empire. In Chicago, Mike Lowe, WGN News.
That exhibit is on display at the Griffin Museum of Science and Industry until January 31st of 2027.